So before, we mentioned some phrases we can use to talk about things that we strongly dislike, things that we hate. It is only fair, then, that we also talk about some phrases we can use to talk about things that we like. Because, well, when there's a negative, there should be a positive to balance it, right? If there's a yin, there must be a yang to balance it. Yin, yang, positive, negative. The universe must be balanced. And so, to balance our dark and negative small lesson about talking about things that we hate and things that annoy us, now we have to talk about things that we like, things we enjoy, things that are good. And these phrases are pretty simple, easy to learn. Okay? Very, very simple to learn. Describing what you like. So, what can we use? Now, a simple way to talk about likes is to say, I'm crazy about that. Most people know that. Or, I'm all about it. Now, this is definitely, we could say, a young person's phrase. I wouldn't hear my grandma say, oh, I'm all about that, right? She would probably not say it. She probably wouldn't say, I'm crazy about that either. She would probably say, oh, I like it so much. She would use the simple phrase probably. Or, oh, that's so nice. She would say, that's so nice, or I really like that. But I'm assuming that you guys already know those. That's so nice. I like it so much, right? I'm assuming that you guys, if you understand what I'm saying, you already know the basic phrases, the basic expressions to talk about what you like and what you dislike. I like it. I don't like it. Of course, you can use those. I like it. I don't like it. I like it. I don't like it. But we need to get a feeling for some other expressions too, because other expressions are useful. I'm all about what? What are you all about? What are you interested in? I'm all about Diablo 3. That's a video game, right? I'm all about Diablo 3. That means you really like Diablo 3. That means that's a game you really enjoy. The first game that came to my mind. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. All about what? Scuba diving? Scuba diving. I went scuba diving for the first time on my vacation, and now I'm definitely going to get my license. Absolutely. I'm all about it. I am crazy about it. I love it. Okay? Crazy about it. Love it. All about it. All of those phrases are very, very common. No problem. What about this? I'm into it. I dig it. Now, these look the same, look very similar, but they're not. They're not the same. Okay? I'm into something means that's your interest. Okay? And maybe that's something that's just there right now. It could be a musician, a band, a TV show, a hobby, whatever, any kind of thing. These days, I'm really into reading comic books. You know, I'm really into the Beatles. Maybe it's a band you like. I'm really into playing Diablo 3 these days. I've been really into podcasts recently. Recently, I'm really into reading nonfiction, especially books by Carl Jung. Okay, I'm into it. So anytime you want to talk about what you like, your interests, probably the most common way that people in my generation, a little older, a little younger, talk about it is using I'm into something. But I dig it is definitely older. That one feels like popular in the 1970s and 80s. I sometimes say, I dig it. It means I like it. Okay? It doesn't mean I'm digging a hole. It means I really like it. But it's kind of out of fashion. I say it now kind of just to be a bit ironic, to be a little bit funny. And it was more popular in maybe the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I dig it. And some people say, I really dig, a certain type of music. I really dig Led Zeppelin, man. I really dig Led Zeppelin. Now you won't hear that so much. Sometimes you still will, but definitely not as popular as, for example, I'm into something, whatever it may be. All right. So that's basically it, but we do have one more set to talk about very quickly. And that is that something is mind-blowing. Now, I want to be clear what mind-blowing means. Mind-blowing is not to talk about your interests, usually. If you say, I'm really interested in playing Diablo 3 or World of Warcraft, it's so mind-blowing. Probably not. Well, I suppose you could say that, but what you're saying there, if you say it's mind-blowing, is not that you like it, but that somehow it's so amazing that you can't believe it. If something is mind-blowing, it is so amazing that you really can't believe it. It's something that's beyond your ability to imagine. It's something that when you experience it, it's almost too much for you to handle. Now, that might be a slight exaggeration, I suppose. But generally speaking, we'll say things are mind-blowing when we experience something that is far beyond our ordinary experience. For example, recently, I went to the film Joker. Actually, that wasn't that recently. When I walked out, I thought to myself, that film was mind-blowing. That was a mind-blowing film. So you can use it before or after. That film was mind-blowing. That was a mind-blowing film. What a mind-blowing movie. Now, that means I think that movie, Joker, is totally amazing. It's not a normal movie. When I walk out of a movie normally, I say, well, it was pretty good, or I don't know, could have been better, right? But if I walk out of a movie and say, that movie blew my mind, if we want to use it as a verb, we'll say, that blew my mind, or that was mind-blowing as an adjective, or what a mind-blowing movie. That means it's far beyond a normal, okay? That's the idea. And it's pretty common. Again, I don't think my grandma would say, it's so mind-blowing popcorn. Probably not. Probably not. So we have to have some context, right? But that's the idea, okay? That's the idea. It's the best is okay. You can say, oh, my mom's cookies are the best. My mom's cookies really are the best. When you want to describe something that's kind of a special interest, especially food or a restaurant or a drink, coffee, or some specialized thing like that, some store that you really like. Ooh, that store, I love that store. They have everything that you need. Maybe it's really nice atmosphere. It's the best. It's the best. Again, that's generally younger generation phrasing, but it's pretty common. It's very common, okay? My mother's cookies are the best. The best. Danny's Pizza. It's a pizza place down the street from where I live. It's the best. It's the best, okay? Very, very common to talk about things that you like. Food, shops, drinks. Could you talk about people you like? She's the best. You could. I suppose it's a little less common, but you could. I think you could. Okay, and the last one is, it's dope, it's sick, and it's awesome. Now, I will use it's awesome a lot more than I will use dope and sick. Dope and sick might be more, I suppose 10 years ago, but some people still use it today. It was popular for a while. Now it's not popular anymore. Dope and sick just seems a little bit odd to me now. I sometimes say, oh, that's dope, just to be kind of funny, almost to be ironic. That's so dope. Or these cookies are so dope. It sounds kind of funny. It makes me laugh, so it must not be that normal. And sometimes we'll hear people say, oh, that's sick, man. That's so sick. I'm not necessarily recommending that you say that, but if you ever hear someone say, that is so sick, they're not talking about someone who has a disease. They're talking about something being awesome or great, okay, or totally cool. So just to be clear about that, they have the same meaning. All of those have the same meaning. Dope, sick, awesome. I by far say awesome more than the other two. In fact, I rarely say the other two at all. So hopefully that's clear. If you want something to say and you're not sure what to say, probably just go with, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Again, my grandma doesn't say awesome, but a lot of people my age, a little older and a little younger, do. Very, very common. Okay. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. It's the thumb one that goes up like this. And also, don't forget to subscribe to see future videos. And also, don't forget to check out my courses in the links in the description. Yes, of course. All right, that's it.